Utilizing AI, I actually built her a bot that is custom to her for her to do her social media and even blog. So now she's able to better communicate who she is and what her interests are to the world and draw people closer to her and bring leads to her in a refreshing way without feeling like she's behind the eight ball. So that's one really simple way that I've been able to take what I know and utilize that.
So revolving around the purpose, obviously that helps her reach an intended audience. As an overreaching type statement, how would you say, like, how would you summarize how you do that for everyone? Is it simply like utilizing technology, or is it utilizing skill sets that you have to institute some technology, or is the technology just a byproduct of some of that?
I think it's a combination, because I couldn't build the bot without the knowledge that I already have. The quote unquote wordsmith within me, that's what allows me to build the bot, because it's all the wordsmith behind the scenes that builds it. So everything that I put into the bot is what takes what she says and turns it into the great social media post. It's also understanding NLP, understanding what the audience needs to hear, understanding the market. We've got some events coming up. Some of our agents have already run some events, and paying attention to marketing trends, things like that, understanding that current trends say that titles can't be longer than 6 words, things like that. I keep on top of all of that so that my agents don't have to.
And so since you say that, are you enabling them or encouraging them or guiding them to be able to get those answers on their own if they're wanting them? Or is it something you're just like, okay, here's what I know and I deposit it when I need to?
All of my agents are extremely independent. None of them need me, and they've all been successful without me. And I'm here for them when they want me.
And then to somewhat summarize all of that stuff, what, and I know that you coming into this, your thought on this was that you're maximizing the ability of each of the real estate agents to reach their intended audiences. But I think there's a bigger picture here, and I want to see, if you're putting that together or where you're at with this. But what is one of the largest global challenges you wish to resolve or work on moving forward?
I am so glad you asked. This was the one thing that I was hoping we'd talk about today. I really want to get rid of this idea in the real estate community right now that we have to bash somebody else. Right now, anybody and everybody out there has decided that the best way for them to get ahead is to trash someone else, whether it's trash another style of brokerage, or trash another agent, or trash the way an agent goes about their business. Whatever it is, that other way is the wrong way. And I'm so tired of it. I believe, and I teach, I do a speaking engagement that's about edification. And to me, that's one of those $10 words that I was talking about earlier. To me, edification is absolutely the epitome of what we should be doing as an organization, as a team. And I do believe that real estate agents are a team, and we should be. We should all be lifting each other up. Every brokerage has something to offer someone. There's no reason why every brokerage should be bashing each other. My brokerage is not for everyone. It is not. There are a lot of agents out there that do not want to work with me, and I don't want to work with them. And that's okay. And I will help them find the right broker for them. I will help them find the right brokerage. But I don't have to bash any other brokerages to get any agents to come work for me. I want to edify the agents. I want to edify other brokerages. I want to edify real estate in general. Let's talk about what's great about everything that we're doing. Even these lawsuits are driving me nuts. Come on, guys. Let's quit trashing each other.
Think
That's where I'm at.
Man, the passion that came out from when you started talking about that, and this is not an if or, right? Like, or an and or, right? Like, you can have both, but I'm like feeling that from you. Like, I got goosebumps because we're on the same page with that, right? Like, I felt the passion come through the screen to me. I'm going to argue that your deeper purpose is in that. And that definitely comes out in the helping your agents find their intended audience because of the, that's the skill set you have, right? That might not be the ultimate passion or the ultimate purpose. And so us going down a couple of layers here, getting through some of that noise, arguably the way that you just presented that to me, you have that to project outwards. And like, that's where your core is I want to help people recognize that we are one industry, not 1,800 companies fighting against each other for the same apple, right? There's a stat that's out there that's floating around right now that 49% of agents last year did 0 or 1 transaction. And it's because they don't have people at the top that are telling them that they can learn from those other people, even though they're in their brokerage. And there's people
Absolutely
chasing that 100% model and that getting out of a team model. And if you look at any company ever, what do they have? They have teams. They have, like, if you're watching, if you go back to when computers were coming in, right, in the late 80s, early 90s, when they were talking about getting those computers into everyone's homes, Apple was leading the way, right? Macintosh at the time, leading the way. IBM said, yep, we're going to talk about the same things that Apple or that Macintosh is talking about. We want a computer in everybody's home. I'm not going to say I'm better than Macintosh. We want a computer in everybody's home. And Dell didn't do that. They took the other route of, okay, we're going to compete against IBM. Well, yeah. Guess what happened? IBM took off very quickly because they went with the marketing, and then Dell just did not compete in that market. Now they're that subsidiary, basically lower level computer because of that for the most part. So 100% agree with you on that piece. And what I would, challenge you to do after we get off the call here, and I'll put some of this into kind of a summary piece for you to kind of, process through you, because I think you're somebody that does a lot of thinking and a lot of processing and that kind of stuff. But coming to that and rebuild that purpose statement around that edification piece, as you say, like, I think you can have like a much more powerful purpose that sets you apart versus I want to help agents reach their audience. You have that extra level of like, this is what really matters, and this is how I'm going to do it. And yeah. I think that's there, and I saw it come out of you like soon. And right when I asked that question, you were like, okay, I got this one, and so you already knew it, and now I think it's front and center for you.
Two quick things about what you just said. One, you mentioned 49%, I think you said, that are 0 to 1 transaction. Where that comes from, there's two reasons. One, they have no pride. And, everybody talks about pride in yourself. It's not just pride in yourself. And this is where most brokerages make a mistake. They focus on take pride in yourself. They need to take pride in the brokerage. They need to be proud of where they're at. And if they're not proud of where they're at, then they're not going to grow. You need to figure out what your culture looks like. You need to make them feel proud of where they're at. Then they'll grow. I've seen it over and over again in sales. Somebody comes into a business